Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be going over the final list of top 30 visits for the Washington Commanders, but not only that, all the players they visited with at the Combine, Senior Bowl, and other pro days and meetings as well. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well, and comment down below what player you're most interested in on this top 30 visit, maybe on day 2 or end of day 1. We are officially 2 days away from the 2024 NFL Draft. All these rumors and reports are going to be over. We're going to know who the Washington Commanders are taking with the number 2 overall pick. And I'm going to be going over at the end of this video some other draft rumors and some important information. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. You know, a lot of talk about trading the number 2 pick and stuff like that. We'll talk about that later on, but I want to go over kind of a final list of our top 30 visits, some people that we visited with at the Combine, Senior Bowl, stuff like that. And it doesn't mean we're going to draft these players, but I think it gives you a good idea of maybe certain position groups that they're, emphasizing and they're, planning on targeting. And then also there are some players here that they will end up drafting. I think I saw somewhere that a lot of times, at least with the 49ers, the guys they brought in for the top 30 visits, they drafted as well. So let's go over a list right here. This is from Hogs Haven, and shout out Brandon for sending this to me on Twitter. Drake May MVP is his Twitter handle. Isaiah Adams, offensive tackle, Illinois. Eric All, tight end, Iowa. Kieran Amigdaji, probably mispronouncing that, but offensive tackle from Yale. Beanie Bishop, cornerback, West Virginia. Austin Booker, edge from Kansas. You got Jarvis Brownlee, cornerback. Brandon Coleman, Jaden Daniels, not a surprise there. Aneem Donkwa, Howard, Blake Fisher, Rob Gaddison, Cam Hart, Jalix Hunt, Javonte Jean Baptist, Elijah Jones, Martian Nealand, Tyrese Knight, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, and Marius Mims, who was there at the Top Golf thing. And a lot of these guys were Jordan Morgan, Michael Penix, Chop Robinson, Roger Rosengarten, Jatavion Sanders, who could be a day 2 pick at the tight end position, Caden Wallace, Trevin Wallace, and then Jared Wiley. So a lot of guys there. I'm not sure if that was all 30. Not completely sure. But you start to see a little bit of a theme. You got at least a few offensive linemen there. And, we got one here. You got one here in Brandon Coleman. Another one from Howard, Blake Fisher. Like, that's probably the one position that they brought in the most of. You see a couple more. Marius Mims, who's probably going to be a first-round pick or second-round pick. Wouldn't mind the Commanders going after him. Jordan Morgan, late first, early second round pick as well. He's a candidate for them in early second round, or maybe he'll go first. So he's an option for sure for the Washington Commanders. So a lot of offensive linemen. I mean, you keep seeing it. That's probably the position that they had the most here, was offensive tackle. I mean, I don't know exactly the number, but I'm thinking, that's 4. I mean, I'll count it. I think it's like 7 or 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 offensive linemen, 8 of those being tackles, and then Brandon Coleman, the tackle/guard. So that is a big portion of their top 30 visits is offensive linemen. And I think that they are going to, if they don't take one in the second, or if they don't trade back into the first to get one, they're going to take one in the second round. And I'm surprised some of the other big name tackles aren't there that they maybe could trade up for, like maybe not Olu Fashanu, but Fuaga. I think the Oregon State guy, the Washington guy as well. Like you got some guys there that if they really wanted to trade up for them, maybe they could. It would take a lot, but those are guys that maybe they could have met with. But it is what it is. No receivers. That's the interesting part right there. Not a single receiver that they met with at, in the top 30 visits. A few tight ends, and Jatavion Sanders, who's probably going to be a day 2 pick. You got Jared Wiley. Don't know a ton about him. And, Eric All, who will probably be an early day 3 pick is my guess. So tight ends, another position that they're meeting with a decent amount. Cornerback as well. You got a few cornerbacks. Quarterback, obviously, not a surprise there. They're meeting with all the top guys besides Caleb, which they did meet with, I believe, at the combine and you look at some of the stuff here, this is just a, information on all the players on offense and stuff like that, and where they met with them, stuff like that. So these guys, it doesn't matter. Like maybe it'll be I don't know. Yeah, maybe it'll be a undrafted free agent signing for one of these quarterbacks or whatever. You see Sam Hartman there, some of the other guys. This stuff doesn't really matter. You see the stuff, the information they have when they had dinner with some of these guys, private workout with the top guys, and, they're doing their due diligence. A lot of quarterbacks that they met with, not surprising. Here are the receivers. So, none of these guys were on the top 30 list, but these are the guys that they met with at some bowl meetings, some, at combine, senior bowl, stuff like that. I think, drafting a receiver, day 2 or day 3 is a good idea. I was looking recently, second round picks at receiver recently have not been good. The hit right there. So I wouldn't mind taking one day, 3 or late day 2, taking a swing on one of these guys, seeing what you can get out of them. Wouldn't mind that at all. I'm just going through the list here. You guys can see I'm definitely not reading all these names, but just some information there. You see Lad McConkey there, Senior Bowl and Combine and Team Pro Day, Adonai Mitchell. So some of the big names are there for sure. I mean, they're doing their due diligence. You see all these names right here. I'm just going through it. If you guys have any, you can just pause it. And again, shout out to Hogs Haven here for all this information. Running back, I know they got Eckler, Chris Rodriguez, and they also have Brian Robinson. I still wouldn't mind them drafting a running back on day 3, like late day 3. Why not try to find a diamond in the rough? There's always some of these guys that end up being, studs. And I'm just gonna scroll through this right here again. There's a lot of names here, but they're gonna go after an offensive lineman, I believe, on day 2 if they don't trade up for one in the first round, and some other stuff. Adam Peters, talked about that they're probably going to, stay put at 2. And then Ian Rappaport today was tweeting about, like, he does not see and this is not, surprise at all, but, some people have talked about trading down. He said the Commanders are very, likely making the pick at 2. They've gotten calls. The Raiders try to trade up from, and that makes me think, okay, they know we want Jaden, so they're trying to trade up and get with, ahead of us. And I guess never mind. I don't know. I don't know if it really means anything on what quarterback we're taking, but you could see it like, okay, they're trading up to 2 because they know we're going to take Jaden Daniels if we stick at 2, and they wouldn't want to trade up to 3 because, we would be taking Jaden Daniels at 2, and that's who they want. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's kind of what I got out of it. But we're not, trading. That's what, Ian Rappaport said. And then he talked about the Patriots being, getting a lot of calls too, and they would do it for the right offer. But so far, they haven't gotten the right offer. So that's just some information there. Nothing crazy, but, interesting for sure. But yeah, very rarely do you trade a top 3 pick. And almost never when you need a quarterback, you're not doing that. And yeah, just scrolling through here for you guys. But yeah, when you need a quarterback, you are not trading your top pick, and we're taking whoever, we're taking Jaden Daniels or Drake May, maybe even JJ McCarthy. Made a video about that yesterday, but we're not trading back. We're not trading back. Okay, and let's see, what was that's really it. That's really it for today's video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys new, and turn on that notification bell. We'll be making a couple more videos. Don't know if I'll do a mock draft because, we know between the 2 players who are taken at 2, but I might just do one and post it on Twitter or something. All right, yeah, and the original ending got cut off, but yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy, and yeah, stay tuned for a lot of more updates, and I'm very excited for this draft on Thursday. Peace, guys.